Hey guys, this is Andrew. This is day 11 of my 30-day inspiration challenge. And today we're talking about money. Money. And power money paradigms. And I know power money paradigm sounds like a 70s game show, but go with me on this one. This is good stuff. So, money paradigms, I realized, are important when I started to think about my relationship with money. And in order to attract more money in my life, I needed to move away from limiting beliefs about money to empowering beliefs about money. And in order to do that, I had to change my money paradigms. So what I mean by that is there are a lot of beliefs that you may have that I certainly had about money. One of them was that money can't buy you happiness. And I had countless stories that reinforced that particular paradigm. There are times when I bought something that I wanted that I deemed expensive, and when I brought it home, my mom or my dad would comment on how expensive that item is. And I ended up feeling guilty about the purchase and buying frivolous things with my money. So money brought along a feeling of guilt, and with that, came pain and shame. And those were all feelings that I had associated with money and buying things that I wanted. So I associated that with money can't buy me happiness. And when I realized that, I just decided to change that paradigm. So what if money can buy me happiness? And I decided to do an exercise where for 30 days, I listed out what I could buy with money. So each day I started off the day with, if I had $1,000, what can I spend it on? And the first couple of days were easy. I ended up buying, materialistic things that I thought I wouldn't want to buy that would make me happy. And then as I got to day 4, day 5, day 6, I had to become more creative in thinking about what actually brought me joy and happiness. And I actually came up with an acronym for the things that I started to categorize or group into things that brought me joy and happiness. So I would call this the force multiplier. So force, F stood for freedom, O stood for opportunities, R stood for relationship, C stood for competence, and E stood for experiences. So just to give a brief explanation for all those, freedom is the most important thing, and money can buy you freedom in that you could trade money for time. You can, some examples would be to, get an oil change as opposed to doing it yourself. So you pay someone for the freedom of having more time, right? Opportunities are usually business or investment opportunities where I could use that money to make more money. And as much as people say you don't need money to make money, it definitely helps to, get more resources or expertise to grow your business. So O for opportunities, R for relationships, and that's not to say buy relationships, not buying somebody, but to cultivate relationships. So for example, if you have a friend you haven't seen in a long time, you can invite that person to lunch and say, hey, let me buy you lunch. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's connect. Let's see what's going on in your life, and let's talk. And you cultivate those relationships with people in your life. So spending money on relationships are C, competence, educating yourself and investing in yourself to become more valuable. and to generate more money. So you can spend on other force multipliers. And then E, experiences. Going to places you've always wanted to go. So for me, I've always wanted to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. And if I had $1,000, I could buy a plane ticket to Egypt and experience the things I want to do. So, part of this exercise allowed me to expand my mind and think about, for 30 days, how I could use that money to buy joy and happiness. And when you cultivate that into your life, you start to expand your mindset on how you can make more money to go expand that force multiplier, as opposed to just thinking about materialistic things, which may be nice, but ultimately, like most of us, we start to run out of things to buy. And what are other ways to think about money to expand our mindset, right? So power money paradigm number 1, money can buy you happiness. And the exercise I would ask for you to do is, for 30 days, pretend I give you $1,000. What would you spend that money on? And write that down in a notebook. And start to think about in your life, what are the things that you would spend your money on, so that you would cultivate more ideas around how you could attract more money in your life to spend on things that you love. All right, so I'm gonna leave you with the quote that the capacity of your earnings is correlated with the capacity, the desire of the joy and happiness that you spend your money. So, the more you have the feelings and excitement of joy and happiness in terms of spending money, the more you'll figure out how to cultivate ideas to increase the capacity of your earnings. And there's a high correlation. If you correlate, if you think of spending money with, you associate that with guilt, anger, pain, sadness, then you will ultimately detract from making more money. So I'm gonna leave you with those ideas. Click like if I inspired you today, and subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more about power money paradigms. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.